Hi, my name is Stephanie Wade, and I have a son who's legally blind who attends a public school. And I just would like to share some things with you that's going on at his school and that I know I need somebody to help me with because he's not getting the appropriate services that he should be receiving at his school. Um, First of all, my son, he's been bullied. He's being harassed and teased because of his condition, and it's been reported to the school numerous times, and they're, of course, not doing anything about it. They say, well, when we ask Marquise, if anybody was bullying him, he says no, because they just twist everything around. Anyway, on January 16th, 2011, my son suffered two head injuries at Hendricks Elementary School here in Tucson. No one from the school called me. I didn't find out my son was injured until he was brought home by a school bus. And after he got off the school bus, I had to rush him to Northwest Medical Center because he had these two huge knots, lumps on his head, looked like somebody assaulted him. And he had to have a CT scan, an MRI, see a neurologist, put on medication. He's been having headaches, and sometimes he wake up and he can't see at all for hours. For the past 3 years, I requested an aide for my son at this school, and the school keeps telling me he's totally independent. He doesn't need an aide. He gets around pretty good. Well, he still needs an aide because he's legally blind and because he's not getting the assistance he needs at school. After he was injured on January, he had this teacher, her name was Mrs. Galas, and they told my son that he couldn't go outside anymore because he didn't know how to go outside without getting hurt. I'm also having problems with getting adaptive equipment for him. He reports to me he can't see the board, he can't see his classwork, he can't see his books, and the teachers would tell me, well, we have all this equipment, but he refused to use it. And then I'm finding out from my son the reason why he doesn't want to use that equipment is because the equipment is broken, or other kids that don't have visual problems are using equipment that should be used for my son. And like when the Braille teacher comes to the school, she asks my son, what would you prefer to do today? And mind you, he's 10 years old, but he needs to be a little bit more responsible. I have to agree. So she asks him, well, what would you prefer to do today? Play with your friends or do Braille? He's 10 years old. He's a boy. He chooses to play with his friends. And I don't think a school should give him a choice like that. And then they'll come back and say, oh, your son refused services. And I'm like, what do you mean he refused services? He's a kid. And they say, well, he has a right to refuse services. If he doesn't want to do Braille or he doesn't want to do his work, he has a right to refuse services, and we don't have to force him to do it if he doesn't want to. And my thing is, I don't understand how come, I hear other similar stories just like this. Why is it that school districts are getting away with this kind of stuff? And what can we do as parents to put a stop to it? Again, my name is Stephanie Wade. My email address is pnut.swage. I'm sorry, let me say that again. pnut.swade@gmail.com. And if you have any solutions or any agencies you can refer me to, a lawyer, somebody that can help out with our situation, can you please get in touch with me? Thank you for your time.